Now we are going to study that how drug can actually affect the receptors. So the first thing we have already discussed, that receptors are the proteins that are help in the communication process of the body, right? So we are going to see that how the drug affect these receptors. As we know that there are many messages which are actually conveyed in the body by means of chemicals, and those chemicals are called as chemical messengers. You know that, right? So that means many chemicals are there which are actually involved in the communication process, and they are called as chemical messengers. How they like if we want to send a message from one neuron to other neuron, that is the nerve cells, we know that nerve cells are not joined with each other, there is a space. So one neuron send message to another neuron by the means of chemical, that is we know that the neurotransmitter. So like that we have many kind of chemicals in the body which are playing an important role, like hormones also. So all chemical messengers, how they act on the body, how they act, they actually, like, this is a cell membrane, right? This is a structure where the lipids and proteins are held, and you know that this is the structure of a cell membrane. Cell membrane has a certain receptors in it. The cell membrane has a certain receptor, like this is a receptor having a binding site. You can see that there is a hollow site here called as binding site. So whenever any chemical comes, it fits into this binding site. So when it fits, like let's say that it gets fit here. So when it fits, then what happens? Whatever signal it wants to deliver, that is actually delivered in the cell. This is the delivering of the signal. So that means the chemical messenger hasn't entered the cell. Without entering, it has conveyed an information. How? By binding to the binding site of the receptor. So this is how the receptors are working in a body. How? They have a binding site, right? So the chemical messengers, they bind in such a way that shape of the receptor gets changed and message is delivered inside the cell without entering. So now we are going to discuss that how drug inhibit the action of receptors. This is what is our concern, that we need to know that how drug actually inhibits the action of the receptors.